Hey Nicole, what toy are we going to be reviewing today for the general audience?
Today's review is Transformers Titans Return Wave 5 Deluxe Windblade.
That's right, thank you very much. It's nice to do a little throwback every so often. So anyway, with that said, she ain't lying. Here it is, Transformers Titans Return Wave 5 Deluxe Class Windblade. A long anticipated action figure that I have been looking forward to reviewing since the announcement of this one. But before we take a look at the action figure at hand, let's put her aside for a moment and bring in the packaging as partake of every single video review when I can, how I can, and why I choose to do so. Here it is. So, just like every standard packaging for Transformers Titans Return, we got the theme of the robot's head getting ready to combine with the robot's body, making up the character, and you know how that goes. So we got a nice picture of a Windblade in her jet mode. We've got Scorch Fire, the Titan Master right here. Titans Return right there. Age 8+. Hasbro's logo, Transformers logo right there. We got the Misaligned Generations logo at the top right corner on the side here. And we got that same picture for Windblade. Nice artwork, by the way. Onto the back of the packaging. And I'm going to have to try and adjust the camera just a little bit more so you can see all this going on here. And I can bring it up in your face. So here it is. And as the camera focuses on it, there you go. Pause the viewer if you so choose so you can read the brief little summary for both Windblade and Scorch Fire. Here's a nice picture of the CGI rendering of the action figure of Windblade and Scorch Fire and the Titan Master head mode into Windblade. You know, there's the jet mode, there's Scorch Fire again. There's a little feature going on there where the Titan Master can fly Windblade by, you know, going into the cockpit. There's that. And then here we got some information of some upcoming figures that I have yet to see so far out of Titans Return here. So there's your Titan Master, there's your Deluxe, there's your Voyager, and there's your Leader class. And that's going to do it for the packaging. So you can get a good look at her in her very nice improved jet mode. I really like this jet mode. Color aside, I know there could be a little more shots of maybe some metallic blue to work with the theme of this figure, but I will say, as it stands here, the red and black is a very nice touch. The cockpit being that nice metallic yellow, it is very nice, but I kind of miss the blue cockpit as we got with the Thrilling 30th / Takara Tomi's version of Windblade. But one thing I do not miss is the way that this transformed right here. I mean, I gotta tell you, I'm sick and tired of this latch coming undone in the front of the jet, and it's a mess. This figure was a trial and error. This is perfection at its best, and I really look forward to seeing what Takara Tomy does with this mold here. This is a really nice jet compared to the two here. This figure was good for its time, but, you know, as time goes on, we got to get better. So we got something here. This is really cool. I like how the wings are that Transformers animated Starscream design here, where they're facing the other way. She's still got the VTOL going on here. I believe that's what it's called, where the fans are basically how the jet moves one way or the other. This way for landing and basically rising up into the air, and this way to go straight forward or back, even though I've never seen a jet go back, but whatever. As you can see, she doesn't have any working landing gear. She's just got these landing feet here, basically. So there you go. There's that. For the design of this jet, it makes sense that she doesn't have any wheels, but whatever, it is what it is. And as you can see, the landing gear does fold up like so, pretty easy. And the reason why I did that is because I'm going to show you off real quickly that she has this little hole here that's pointless to any portion of the transformation for this figure in any modes, except for one thing. You can take like a Figma stand or a SH Figure Arts or some kind of displayable stand that's got a nice little peg joint that can fit the hole and use it as a displayable piece for Windblade here. I'll try to get her more on camera so you can see. Pretty cool. I dig that. It's exactly the same thing that Windblade's got for this one here, but it works better. This portion is actually a little loose when it comes to this stand. Now, this was the same stand that I was using for this Windblade, but not much else to say about this. Let's go ahead and put her down for a moment and take a look at her accessories she comes with. So she's got these very big, long swords here that do glow in light. I really do like that. It makes me wish that Hasbro would go back and do light piping the Transformer figures, but I digress. They're okay. They're nicely painted. I do appreciate all the attention to paint going on here, even if it is just silver. It's nice to see that a good portion of the swords are in silver. And yes, it does play out a feature in her jet mode. There's, if I got this the right way here, there's these slots here where they can slot in at the bottom of the wings, like so. And there you go. Now she's got weapons for her jet mode, which is pretty cool. But, you know, it's kibble. Let's just go ahead and get that out of the way. And if you wanted to, if you have the Thrilling 30th or Takara Tomy version of that said figure, you can take her sword here. And this hole here has no purpose whatsoever either in either mode of the transformation. Jet mode, robot mode, it plays nothing. So I guess it's basically for this. You can plug this in like so, and there you go. You got weapon storage for not just her swords that she would come with, but also the original sword that she has, which is the more dominant weapon of choice. Open up the cockpit here so you can see the little Titan Master dude. So here is Scorch Fire, and he's all black with a white painted face. On the back here we got Windblade, which looks nice. This is a really nice head sculpt. I like this. Really nice. Much better than the original. Everything about this figure is much better than the original, but that's just my choice. Anyway, transformation simple enough. There we go. There's that. Let's get this out of the way already. So let's transform this figure. And the last thing to do about this figure is to pop in the Titan Master as the head. Which you can see, yeah, there's one little complication with my figure, and that is that the tab system, or the head of the Titan Master, is actually pretty weak. As I go to retrieve the figure's head, let me show you what I do to correct that problem. I turn the figure around so the face is revealing here instead of the back portion of the head, and tab it in the same way, rotate, and there we go. Now as you can see, it's much tighter. It's you know, it's still a bit, you know, wobbly, but it's just it's a much tighter grip. It works better. And yeah, I know the Titan Master's head's revealing there, but from far away it looks like she has her neck painted, which, you know, telling you the truth, when it comes to Titan Masters, or not Titan Masters, but when it comes to the Titan's Return figures as a whole, how many Transformer action figures actually do have a neck? So anyway, with that said, let's go ahead and get to the specifics about this action figure. So she basically has articulated heads. Yeah, I mean, there you go. I've showed that off already. We got ball jointed shoulders, which do get hindered by the big backpack and the wings going on here, but whatever, it is what it is. Still good range of play. We do have a bicep swivel joint. We've got a single hinged elbow that does get 90 degrees of play. Nothing at the wrist, unfortunately. That's most deluxe figures nowadays, and that's kind of disappointing. We do have some nice movement here at the legs with this much back, this much forward. We do get some inward and outward play, which is on some very tight hinges. And you can get your JCVD pose on like so. You do have a thigh swivel joint right there. We do have single jointed knees, which do get quite the range of play due to transformation. You can get them all the way up, which is very cool when it comes to posing this gal. And then the last bit of articulation due to transformation is that the feet hinge up and down. Would have been nice if there was an ankle rocker system, but I'm not going to complain about that. So there you go. There's a Windblade basically from the front. Here she is from the back. And again, she's got quite the kibble mess going on here, but it's really not that noticeable. I mean, how many people actually display their figures from the back anyway? I've seen worse. So, okay, so for her swords that she comes with, they can be used like so. You can slot them in her hands. This is all big here. And they are big swords. I mean, they're actually pretty big for this action figure. These would work for a Voyager figure, not really for a Deluxe. And, you know, they are cool. they're a nice addition to play, but when it really comes down to it, I prefer this sword over those swords. But, you know, there is weapon storage as well. You do have your, again, the tab and slot here for the wings, or better yet, you got this tab right here that can go into this slot right here and goes into the backpack and basically makes the figure a bit more heavy at the back. But due to the fact that she does actually have some real nice heel spurs here instead of like the original one, she has no problem standing up. She works just fine with these. Yes, they combine like so. Tab them in. There you go. And then there's a little seat for the Titan Master if you so choose to put them there. But then again, this is garbage. Very nicely painted, but still garbage. You can also take the original sword, and you can put it in her hands like so. She holds it just fine. She's got a very tight grip on it. And yes, if you wanted to, you can take the sheath of her sword. And once again, there's these tabs right here on both sides, so you can have it on the left or the right side. And there is this slot here, which is the exact same size. You can tab it in like so, and there you go. So there's that. So if you don't like these swords, and neither do I, get the hell out of here. So there's that. Alright, let me slide this figure over to the side for a moment so you can see a good side-by-side comparisons with the original. So here's, you know, Thrilling 30 of Windblade, Takara Tomi's version, which is an all finicky action figure, very difficult to transform. She was okay for the time, like I mentioned earlier in this review, but she has problems. She really cannot stand. And, you know, I fixed that problem with third-party support, but even then, it's starting to show its age. As you can see, they're wearing out now. So this figure isn't going to hold up too well in the future. She's going to fall apart all over the place like she did before. But this figure over here is a nice replacement. I like this figure. I cannot praise her enough. And she's not getting that sword back. I'm just being honest here. So you go away and you go rot somewhere else, or rust as robots do. So there's that. And that's going to be my overall review of Windblade here. There's not much else to show off except for the few things that I forgot to show off at the beginning of the review. My apologies. You thought you caught me there in the comment section, didn't you? Nope. So here it is. Here's the trading card for Windblade. The same artwork with the original sword, which is very funny. So there's that. Onto the back, and here we got Windblade and the power of Scorch Fire combined. So not too bad, almost halfway there. So there's that. Here's also the instruction manual that all Transformer figures come with. If they're missing it, well then something's wrong here. But yep, very nice. I actually like that picture of Windblade there. Pretty cool. Shows what she can do with the swords, which is very interesting. But it's just, the swords are too big for this figure. I'm just telling you the truth. No need to show off the instructions. You know how it goes. So that's going to do it for this video review. I'm moving on to bigger and better things. I'm not saying that this figure is bad. I'm just saying when it really comes down to what I've got in store next, it's the most sought after Transformer figure of Titan's Return so far, right now, currently. So questions or comments, you know what to do. Hit it down below in the comment section of this video. If you like today's video review, why not hit that thumbs up button to show your love and support for this channel. And until the next video review, this is your King Red's Power signing off and saying thank you very much for watching.